say except? What can I say except you're welcome?
Now the whole world can acknowledge me.
Uh-oh. That's another episode of Talk It Up. You're trying to go live. Something is going on with X. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let's see. So we're having a problem with X. I don't know what's going on with X. So let's try this. Let's try this. We're gonna go live. But shouts out to everyone. I hope my guests in the back hear me. I don't know because I was on there. I was on they're back at the studio. Having an error with live for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. I don't know what's going on with X. So let's see. We'll try to add it to X because X is acting funky right now. I don't know what's going on. X is weird. It's not connected to usually temporary. Wait a moment, then try again. That is weird. That is not going live on X. It's only on YouTube, guys. It will not go live on YouTube. I mean on X. So that's weird. Guess we'll do the show on YouTube. Max says, I have it's only on YouTube today. It's not on X. I'm having I don't know what's going on. Maybe my ex is something is going on with my ex. I don't know if something's going on with my ex. Pretty much not. Looks like my ex is doing good. So let's see. Let's try it one more time. Max 6. Okay, there it goes on the island page. So we're live on the island of DWE. And we'll try to do it one more time on the Miami the Great page. Shouts out to everyone who's going to be coming in here soon. Let's try to get this. Boom! There we go. Boom, we got it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're finally live on X and YouTube. Something was going crazy 4 minutes in. Because I don't know if my guest is in the back. They can hear me. Shouts out to the final boss, baby, that only one that came to YouTube. We're at 1 viewer right now, but it's all good because we're going to build it up. We're going to start sharing that link on X because that's where all the people are going to come from. I don't know if my people in the back hear me, but they can say something here on the chat. I have some special guests. I hope they can hear me now. I hope y'all can hear me now. If you hear me now, oh, you're laughing. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing? I am here. See, okay? Reggie's here. Okay. I don't know where's Reggie. Mic is working. One of the special guests, I don't know if Greg is in the back. If Greg can hear me. Yes, Final Balls, baby. I have Reggie and Greg, the directors of DWE, are going to show a special appearance of Talk It Up. Go tell the world. Didn't I tell y'all that Talk It Up was going to go to another level? Didn't I tell y'all that? Reggie the Great, Reggie is the guest? Yes, Reggie is one of the guests. We got Greg in the back right now. They're in Gorilla. They're in the back. Oh hell no! Oh hell yeah! Like Stone Cold used to say, "Oh hell yeah!" Only Miami the Great can do stuff like that. You know? Yo, don't yo me. Yes, I said it. Only Miami can bring the numbers. Only DWE can bring the numbers. Only Miami can bring the special guest that never appears on no one show. Only Miami. Man, we're finna get into a lot of talk, man. Uh, Bigger than AG Lee retired. Yo, Final Boss is going wild in the comment. Final Boss saying this is bigger than AG Lee return. Reggie is here. He said, I am here. So let's get our two guests up here, man. Shouts out to them, man. They are in the building. We're gonna get some stuff started on the pages. I hope they can hear me. I hope y'all can hear them because we was having a little mic. It was having a little mic problems back in the back. But shouts out to y'all. If y'all can hear me. This is how you do a special appearance on YouTube. Shouts out to Lena. Shouts out. We have Greg and Reggie here. We're gonna get into some topics about what happened on Raw. So shouts out to everyone. But do not forget if you see that stroll down at the bottom, you go to Talking Up Wrestling, you subscribe, you like, and you hit that thumbs up button, the like button, and we're at 500 and I think like 34 subscribers. We're trying to get to that 1,000, and if we get to 1,000, if you help us get to 1,000, maybe me and Final Boss will have something special for Talking Up. We'll do like 1,000 episode. We hit 500, so I brought Reggie and Greg on here to turn off the fan. That's my AC. Y'all trying to kill me. Oh Lord, let me turn off the fan. Jesus Christ. I guess my AC too loud because Final Boss said the AC too loud. The AC. I'm here. Oh, well, Greg has technical issues, but he's here. He's here. Greg, I guess Greg cannot say nothing on the YouTube side. It won't let him link to the YouTube side. It won't let him even speak on the thing. I don't know what's going on with Greg thing. But we're gonna get into some Talking Up talks, guys. Welcome. Final Boss is excited because she said this is greater than AJ Lee's return. Go ahead and subscribe and share those links. We finally are live on the Miami the Great 645 page. If you're over there on YouTube, shouts out to everyone on X. If you're following the island of DWE, that's right. Follow the island of DWE. That's right. The island of DWE is a great island. If you're saying, hey, what's the island of DWE? That's the island that you can go visit if you want to go check it out and find information about the island. Go over there. Let's reduce some of this. Maybe that will do it. Maybe that will help with the sound. I don't know. Hopefully, y'all won't hear my AC because it's hot. It's hot where I'm at. Back out, and about. So shouts out to y'all. But let's get into the topic of what we seen on Raw. One of the main topics. I'm going to go through a couple of hot topics that I think we had on Raw. The first one would be Jimmy and Jay. Are they back together on Raw? I will go first. If I don't know, my guests, they haven't come with Mike, so I don't know if they can get a mic. They should. I mean, but
I am here.
Oh, okay. Well, Reggie's here. Greg's still fighting one-on-one. But I know this was one of the topics we was talking about when we was in the back, Reggie. Final Boss is in the chat going crazy because she's so happy that you're here. I guess you're almost like the Rock level, Reggie. So hey, that's compliment for Final Boss.
When you summon the champion will be here.
Okay, Greg is here. Okay, so we all are here. Okay, so Greg has had his one-on-one, and he finally won that fight. Good job. Yeah, boys. Well, we're gonna get into the Jimmy and Jay. I feel like for DW, y'all are my Jimmy and Jay, so I think y'all will have more of a greater opinion on this topic more than anyone. But I feel like with the Jay and Jimmy getting back together, a lot of people are saying that it came. A lot of people are saying that they wanted Jay to stay have a singles run. Do you guys feel like the single run was too short, or do you feel like, hey, Jay did all this thing? Is this unfair for Jimmy? Let's say that first, and tell me what you guys think first. I'm gonna let you go first, Reggie. Then we'll go to Greg. Go ahead,
Well,
Reggie.
I'm gonna say this. They should have gave if they wanted to put a rocket on Jay's back like somebody said they wanted to, he should have
Mm-hmm.
been pushed for a whole year and a half. It would have gave him a you could have lined up everybody that he should have gone up against. You had a lot of talent there, but they dropped the ball. I'm gonna just say they dropped the ball to where now he has to
Okay.
build himself back up. He has to be the Roman Reigns of his family now that Roman Reigns was and has led him to be.
So do you? So you saying you feel like that they cut Jay's story a little too early? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, they cut it a little too early.
Okay. Okay. Greg, do you got any thoughts about the Jay and Jimmy? Do you feel like they're back together? What's your whole? Do you have any predictions of where this story? Is it meant for them to get back together? Do you think it's going to go somewhere? Is it too early? Do you think they just should both did a singles run? What's your thoughts on Greg?
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. Second of all, I would have to agree with Reggie because he is right. They did give Jay somewhat of a short run, but I think this is done for them. In my eyes, this was done so they could I'm not gonna say save the tag team division, but Jimmy and Jay did get put back together for the tag team division. Now, is that to say Jimmy won't have a run? I don't know. I want him to, but I do think this was kind of rushed. But at the same time, I do think it was right because, you have the Vision, Seth's group, and then, Jay was getting beat up, and then last Monday, Jimmy came in for the save. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Yes, the trigger was pulled too early, and it's the right time for them to come back because if you're gonna bring them back and have them as a tag team, then I think now is the right time. But Jimmy deserves a singles run while
Yeah.
they're a tag team,
Yeah.
and that's my
Do y'all think? So I'm gonna tell y'all. I feel like it's more unfair. Well, we don't know yet. We're just going off assumptions. But let's just say, because I don't feel like Jimmy ever got the chance like Jay. I feel like Jay has done what he needed to be done when it came down to doing what he needed to do for singles. I feel like Jimmy didn't get that chance because a lot of people were saying, well, maybe he can win the United States title. Some people are throwing his name out there for the IC title, but I don't see that happening because once you get the Usos back together, they're in a tag team. It's just automatically, like you said, Greg. I mean, I know we don't want to say it, but we got to be honest. They might be back together to save this tag team division. Now, more on Raw because Raw does need it because it seems like we don't have no tag teams over there. A lot of people are not exciting when it comes to the tag team division. But I just feel like this is more damaging to Jimmy than it is to Jay because Jay has done everything. Jay has been in main events. Jay has did a single thing at WrestleMania with Gunther, even though like Reggie said he dropped the title a little too fast because we all did see Unreal where Triple H said, "Hey, I'm about to strap a rocket on your guys' back, and it's gonna take off." And we was like, 51 days is not a rocket to your back, if I'm not mistaken. But I was thinking that because we all was watching Clash, I said, well, there's no way Jay's gonna win the title. We knew they was gonna keep it on Seth. They're gonna probably keep it on Seth maybe all the way up to WrestleMania. They maybe do Seth and Roman, but now Jay and Jimmy are back in the tag team vision. Do you think that, I won't say Jay, but do you guys think that Jimmy will go for a single title too, or is this just a tag thing? Reggie first, then I'm gonna go with Greg and see what y'all thoughts about Jimmy and Jay.
What this could lead to a heel run for Jimmy because after they win this last title, I think Jimmy is going to be like, "Hey, we done made history again together, but I'm gonna need to forge my own path, and I'm going after the one and only title that you went for, and doing the same thing that made our family proud. What you did, but I'm gonna do it a different kind of way."
I think I lost myself. So you basically saying that he may turn heel. They are gonna split up Jimmy and Jay again, but they're gonna split up Jimmy and Jay again, but Jay's gonna get a singles run as a heel under 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 his single run. They're gonna give him a single run by itself. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. After they win this last title together, he's gonna say, "Hey Jay, you did what you needed to do for the family. I'm gonna have to do what I'm gonna need to do as the big brother of the family to lead in this new path of the family."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Because remember when they first, before this whole thing was starting, Jay, it made sense to Jay being in the spot. I know a lot of people don't think that because we always wonder if Jimmy never got hurt, would the roles would Jimmy ever be where Jay is now? And I feel like, okay, yeah, he was hurt, but I feel like Jay was at the right place at the right time because Jay did a great promo back in the day where he was like, Jimmy was the prom king. He always, in the family, everyone looks up to him. Jimmy's always the first to get picked for everything. Jay was always saying, I'm the underdog. And I was like, hey, this fits his character because even with this run with him as a babyface, I felt like this was a good babyface run for him um, as a babyface, and it made me feel like it was something I wish they would have did with Cody. It made me feel like, okay, Jay's an underdog. Like right now, we're saying on Talk It Up that we feel like Jay didn't get the right, push as a singles person. Because I feel like with him having a heavyweight title, he should have never dropped it that early. I feel like he should have kept it more than 51 days. That's just my opinion. Greg, we lost you, but we were saying that. Do you think Jimmy and Jay, is this just going to be a tag team run, or do you think that they may give Jimmy a singles run and still be in the tag team? I'll let you go, and we'll move on to our next topic.
Okay. I do think this will be a tag team run, but I do see Jimmy getting his own run outside of them being a tag team. It's just I think they're gonna do it together, and if they do it together, then that'll be fine. But Jimmy has got to get his own title if you're gonna put them back together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, I feel like if you're gonna put them back together, and there is no title for Jimmy just yet, because he will get one. There is a bigger
Mm-hmm.
plan for Jimmy, and I think by them being put back together, I think Jay will push Jimmy to go for a singles title, and so will Roman. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I think we'll probably get we gotta get Jimmy to go for a singles title by himself. He has to. I feel like it won't be fair for him if he doesn't go for a singles title. He said, unfortunately, Lena said, unfortunately, WWE sees them as scattered than singles. I do agree with that, Lena. It's just my thing. I felt like, and I'll close with this. I feel like, yeah, we always say they're one of the best tag teams in the WWE. I mean, they got to be up there. It's a lot of tag teams I do have respect for. I do have our legends up there, like the Road Warriors, the Steiners. Even when Rikishi and them was together, the Samoa SWAT team, I used to love them. There are a lot of tag teams. Billy Gunn and Jesse, Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg when they was New Age Outlaws. It's a lot of tag teams. King and Undertaker when they was tag teams, I used to love them together. Um, there is a lot of tag teams that are on my top, but when I think about the modern, because we want to go modern day, really modern day era guys, I always say, even though the New Day are not how they used to be, I would always say old school Usos, old school New Day. I feel like they always will set the standard because those two was like the ones that got all the records. You know, now New Day now is never thought what it was. Maybe they'll turn the story, but I don't know. Or maybe they didn't say the end where they're probably just giving Grayson a push. But I do like them together. My thing is just this, Lena, is I wish they would have gave Jimmy, because we don't know yet. We're just projecting a more better push when it came to giving him a singles push. If they are going to go back and give him a push, that's just my thoughts. Reggie, you think I'm gonna go? Well, I'll go to Greg first, and then I'll go to you, Reggie. Greg, do you think that the Usos are stronger together, and do you agree that they are stronger together? But do you feel like this is still unfair for Jimmy? What's your thoughts, Greg? And we'll go to Reggie, and we'll go to our next topic. Oh, Greg, you there?
Yes, I'm here. And yes, I do think they're stronger together because
Mm-hmm.
they're twins, and twins move in sync. So you can't just have one twin um by himself and he have success. He's got to have his other brother with him. And I
Mm-hmm.
and I think what we seen last Monday or this past Monday with the beatdown of Jimmy. Well, not the beatdown of Jimmy, but the beatdown of Jay, and then Jimmy coming out to save Jay. I do think they're stronger together. But like I said previously, Jimmy will get his singles run. It's just, unfortunately, it's going to have to be with them together. But yes, they are stronger together than they are apart.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Reggie, do you agree with that too?
Well, they are stronger together, but Jay has proven that he's stronger without his brother, and Jimmy will get the opportunity to prove that. How will he do it? I don't know yet, because the way how they proven him to be is he's going to end up being pushed because after what we saw on Monday, he's going to be the one to get redemption for his cousin getting hurt and his brother getting hurt, and that's going to push him over the edge to show his greatness within the family and how he's going to be on his own coming soon.
Hmm. Nessa, who are you talking about? Who you hugging? She's hugging somebody, y'all. We don't know who you hugging over there, Nessa. Nessa hugging somebody, y'all. Shouts out to you, Nessa. Thank you for reposting the space and the live for us. And also Final Boss in the comments. She's so happy you guys are here. Get well soon, Final Boss baby. Let's move on to our next topic, guys. We already know this, so when I picked this topic, but well, do we really know? Because I think we can still predict this. Do we think AJ Lee is going to show up at SmackDown, or will she show up at Royal Palooza? I'm gonna let you go first, Reggie, then Greg. What do you think AJ Lee's gonna show up?
I think she gonna show up at WrestlePalooza because CM Punk showing up on SmackDown will be a prelude to her showing up at WrestlePalooza. Because him making a statement saying that, hey, my wife has been informed of what has been happening and she does not liking it, to where at WrestlePalooza she can show up to Becky having a match, to where she gonna be the one to cause Becky that title for what she did to CM Punk, which will set up the tag team match that we all been waiting
Mm.
for a very long time.
So you think they're gonna do the tag team match at SummerSlam? I think that would be the I mean not SummerSlam, but Survivor Series.
It could be a Survivor Series because it shows that, hey, you don't mess with somebody else's family and think you can get away with it.
Mm. Okay. Greg, do you think AJ Lee gonna show up before on SmackDown or Palooza or SummerSlam? I mean Survivor Series. My bad.
Um, she will be talked about, but and she will be teased. And I do think she will show up at WrestlePalooza. But if she doesn't show up at WrestlePalooza, then
Mm-hmm.
it'll be Survivor Series, because then that gives her enough time to train. That gives her enough time to get in ring shape, and that gives her enough time to get things back in order, and for her to learn the new WWE way. Because she is a divas superstar, and the
Mm-hmm.
women of today move a lot faster and they move a lot quicker than the divas back in AJ Lee's day. So she will, if she doesn't show up at WrestlePalooza, she will show up at Survivor Series, and they will have a tag team match, and it'll be Becky and Seth versus AJ Lee and CM Punk.
I think that I'm gonna be honest with y'all because it seems like they probably want to load up this Palooza PLE because now we know that AEW is gonna be doing their PL pay per view on HBO Max. I think they're gonna do the match. I think Punk showing up on SmackDown is gonna announce that AJ Lee will want to challenge Seth and Becky at Palooza for a mixed tag team match. That's what I think they're gonna do, but we'll have to see because I don't think they're gonna probably hold it off that long, guys. I think they're gonna probably set up the match on SmackDown because don't forget we still got all the way up to what September the 30th before we get to Palooza. So they can probably already announce it because it'll be strange just to have Punk show up on SmackDown. Okay, I'll go to Reggie because Reggie said he think that AJ Lee's going to show up in Becky's match later on. So what? I'm going to go to you first, Reggie, and say what would you think CM Punk promo would be then on SmackDown because he said he's going to be on SmackDown in Chicago this Friday. What would you think his promo would be if AJ Lee's not going to show up until later?
It will be that him. It would be that it would be a prelude to the tag team match, to where you'll think that he'll pick somebody else. He'll issue the challenge for the tag match, but he'll pick somebody else to make you think that it's gonna be that person, to where then that person will end
Mm,
up getting attacked, to where then you'll hear AJ Lee's music.
you know what? A lot of us thought it was gonna be real because remember they did and I think they did that well just in case if AJ Lee said no. So I see at least they was gonna cover that basis, even though I think people would have kind of been a little upset, but they was like, well, at least they had Rhea in the back talking to Punk, and they did that angle. Greg, what makes you think? What's your prediction of why AJ Lee will show up a little later? You thought what would you think Punk was saying to make you think? Well, okay, AJ Lee's not going to show up, but what you think Punk angle is going to be this Saturday on SmackDown?
Um, for me, I think the angle will be it's in his hometown of Chicago. So, of course,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to take a minute to pander to the fans and say, thank you for the warm welcome. And then he's going to cut to um, the promo. He's going to issue a challenge for Becky and Seth. And then, after that, he'll probably tease a little bit of AJ Lee coming, but he won't make it like official. I think AJ Lee coming will be a surprise. And I do think Seth or Becky will be out there to confront CM Punk while he's in Chicago. And so that's what I think it'll be.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that'd be crazy because you know what, Greg, I didn't think about that because they could come out and attack Punk. I know. I think. Let me see. I think Lena was like, "Hey, it's a long shot, but never say never in wrestling. It will be an instant pop and a break, and will break the internet." Yes, and that's to say automatic. She about to show up on SmackDown. But I think, well, because we know she's coming, and I think we're still gonna be excited. Even though a lot of people are like, oh, they spoiled. We've seen all the rumors come out, but I don't care. I still want to see this match because, from my understanding, AJ Lee is going to sign a multi-million dollar deal, so she's going to be there for a while. I know. I think Punk is going to probably do 2 more years, and maybe start being a coach for NXT. But I think AJ Lee is going to have a few more years on it. Now she's in some great shape, guys. We all seen pictures of her. She all did. She was doing the show, for the wrestling show. So she has got a great shape. She's not this small girl that we used to see back in the day. She's got the muscles because a lot of these girls do got muscles now. So I feel like she fits the girls of now. I know you said Reggie, things was a little slower when she was wrestling, but I think she still fits the bill with the girls now because you still have your Jades, you have your Beckys, you have your Jordan Grays, you have your Laz Legends, you have your Jada Park, you have your powerhouses. I'm not saying she's like that big muscle girl, but she does have the muscles that, like, okay, you were like, oh man, this girl across from can you think of a match of AJ Lee and Bianca? Oh man, that will blow the internet. Or a Jane and AJ Lee, or a returning Naomi and AJ Lee. You could do so many matches with AJ Lee, Nikki and AJ Lee. We all know the history with those two. Nikki Bella, it could be her way of going out and then doing a storyline with AJ where she retires a few legends because we know that Tiffany Stratton still wrestles. They might could do something like that with her, sort of like a legend killers kind of gimmick. I can see them doing that. Or what? It's so much many ways you can book her into a feud. I guess my last question before we move on, and I know you guys wanted to move on to the next topic and talk about this next topic the most because we was talking about this on backstage. But I will go to you first, Greg. If AJ Lee came back, how would you book her? I think I already know this question answer. Who would you let her have a feud with first? Well, once she's done with Becky, who would be her next feud after Becky if you was booking her?
For me,
Yeah.
after she's done with Becky, um, I would probably give her to Nikki Bella,
Mm.
or I would give her to like one of the new talents, maybe like a Liv Morgan or a Last Legend if she gets called up to the main roster. You know, um, because then you kind of have like a technical wrestler versus a powerhouse with her and Lash. And so I think they would
Mm.
do. I do. I think they would do good together. And I do think it'll
Mm-hmm.
be good for Lash if she does go up against AJ Lee, and AJ Lee could be like, "This is my way of giving you, confidence as you start your career on the main roster in the WWE." Now, if she goes against Liv, then it'll be like technical versus speed or technical versus mind games. Because to me, I do think Liv and AJ Lee does have kind of like the same type of tactics when it comes to like mind games and tricks and stuff. And them being Jersey girls, I do think that would work. It's just how
Yeah.
you would book it, I don't know. I would have Liv go over AJ or AJ go over Liv. It just you could book it either way. So
Yeah. And I forgot about Alexa Bliss, so that's another person too that you can put out there. Reggie, if you had the pen in booking AJ Lee, since everyone's excited about AJ Lee, because we know her first rule will be with Becky. After Becky, do you have any body in mind that we're not thinking about that you would like to see AJ Lee go one on one with?
I would probably put her against somebody like Oscar, maybe. Cause you
Mm,
know how both of them like the little crazy style. Cause when Oscar came in, she went full blown crazy through the roster, and then now she's slowly building herself back up.
mm,
So you have somebody of a legend status as AJ Lee helping her rebuild her status, and then you can put her against somebody like Stephanie, Valkyria, maybe
mm.
Nikki Bella,
That probably be a good match.
because it would be a reverse of history and how they had that long standing history. And then you probably put her up against let's see. I'm gonna just go out of the box and probably put her up against what's her name?
Was she on NXT?
Yeah, she on NXT.
You ain't talking
N-
about Lotto Vice, is you?
Not Lola Vice, the newcomer. I forgot her name.
The one that's on Evolve, the girl who
Mm-hmm.
came from Evolve.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot think of her name, but I know who you're talking about because they showed her this past week too. But I cannot. I know who you're talking about because I was like, I with her, I was like, why is she not on NXT yet? But I know who you're talking about because they seem like they real high on her. I get her and the girl.
Armstrong,
Yeah, her. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Greg.
you
yeah.
welcome, no problem.
Yeah, her. I always say with her, they need to put her in NXT. Now, don't get me wrong, they're using her a lot on NXT. They're presenting her with the title on NXT. I mean, not the NXT title, but the Evolve title. She's doing pretty good in Evolve, but she just seems like she just I mean, she's just past them already. You got to put her with this. I think she fits like that old school where we was like the NXT women had the most talent. I think if you put her in that group when it comes to NXT, she can be that young lady that will make us feel like, oh man, NXT is back where it belongs. When it comes to women, because that's how it was at first. But yeah, I know what you're talking about, Rich. I mean, yeah, and that's a new girl too. So AJ Lee, really, I think if she comes down to the end of it, I feel like she could probably put a lot of people over, um, when it comes down to it. John said that Chicago is sold out. She's coming to get that lick back on Becky. Yeah, hey, it'll be wild, man. I'm talking about now. One of this Reggie let's say Seth and Becky come out and they gonna probably have breaking Bronson and they probably maybe sneak um Pump, but you might have Jimmy and Jay come out and they run off and it just let's just say it's Seth and Becky still there. You just hear that music. That crowd is gonna go fucking berserk. It's gonna go berserk. It's gonna crazy if you hear that music. Oh dang, my bad. It says they need to have AJ Lee actually show up for Wrestling Palooza CM Punk looks alone again. Seth and then AJ loses, hits the crowd will lose it. I think, because that's the same thing Reggie was just saying too, Lena, because I know we're all looking for that instant pop. But I feel like we'll still get it in Chicago because I feel like they're going to want to build that. Because think about it. Like I said, guys, we can't forget that Palooza is the 30th. That we still got a long way before we get to the 30th. So we got quite some time. I feel like if you announce it, let's just say they announce it. I don't think let's just say she doesn't show up, guys. Let's just say Punk says she will be at Palooza. Because he already teased it when he was in the ring with Becky. We'll get to that because I think we could segue to that too when it comes to Punk and Becky. Matter of fact, let's segue to that, guys. The Punk and Becky promo, because it's kind of segues to that, was it the best thing? Because Punk did say, Reg and Greg, that, someone has not been liking the way you've been doing stuff. You seen Becky doing the slapping and stuff, just putting it in Punk's face. Punk walked away. But Punk did tell, and this is Thunderbolt's Drip Daddy, that he was going to be on SmackDown, so I felt like, guys, there was teasers there that AJ Lee has to show up on SmackDown. I'm going to go to you first, Reggie. Did you feel the same when you seen that promo?
I felt as though CM Punk has a game plan, and he told Adam Pearce what his game plan is, but Adam Pearce is giving them a heads up warning. Hey, you mess with this man, he's going to come back with retaliation. But it's going to be harder than what you think it is because Becky's walking around here thinking she retired everybody, but you still haven't retired one person that has to get her lick back because you want to put your hands on her husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Greg, with the promo that Punk and Becky did, do you feel like, because I know you said that AJ Lee is gonna probably show up, but do you feel like there was teasers that they could still maybe possibly a chance that she could show up on SmackDown with the promo she did? How you felt about the promo with Becky and Punk? If you want to elaborate on that too.
Yeah, I do think there was a tease with that promo. I think there was a tease from Becky, and I think there was a tease from Punk when Punk said, "You just put your hands on me,"
Mm-hmm.
and he walked off angrily. And then if you go to his Instagram today, he made like a post, insinuating that somebody may be coming. Now, let's flip this and have it on Becky's perspective. Becky came out there and she was protecting her husband. Because
Mm-hmm.
when Seth was out there, he walked real slow. And when Punk
Mm-hmm.
was trying to get to him, Becky kind of got in the way. She kind of moved to where he was trying to go, and that was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
blocking CM Punk. And then she said, "Go, go, go." I touched you and all this stuff. So I do think there was a tease there. You know, and I do
Mm-hmm.
think that'll come back to bite Seth and Becky later down the line. Now, if AJ Lee does show up at SmackDown, I would not be surprised. But it is in Chicago, so be she might be saved for WrestlePalooza, or she might just be saved for Survivor Series, depending on how long this feud with CM Punk, Seth, and Becky are gonna go. So it just depends. But there was definitely teasers there with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
promo
it was a lot.
from last
Yeah, it was
Monday.
a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of them there because I felt like he was like, somebody has not been liking you touching me and stuff, and I was like, interesting. And when he went to Pierce, he was like, "Where's SmackDown gonna be at?" And he said Chicago. He's like, okay. And he said, why? He didn't say nothing. And you seen Pierce Sweet, he was like, home sweet home. So Pierce already must have approved that Punk was gonna be on SmackDown. It's weird that we're gonna get Punk and John Cena on SmackDown this Friday. That's crazy. So SmackDown might be a pretty good show. I think it's gonna come on this right time. I don't think we're gonna have no spoilers. I think they should be back all in the United States, which yes, they should be because they're in Chicago. But
Let's not forget what Seth also said when he beat down CM Punk. He told that man, "I don't care about your family nor your
yeah,
dog."
at Clash, yeah. Well, see, I understood seeing that angle. Let's not forget, guys. Seth has pinned Punk twice in two PLEs back to back. He's pinned them at when he was injured. You had Clash, and then you had SummerSlam. So that was a back to back. Because when he came out, of course, he cashed in on him because we thought that Seth was hurt, but it was a ruse. He came out and cashed in on him. He has pinned Punk. He didn't pin LA Knight. We can't forget LA Knight was in this match. Jay was in this match. They didn't get pinned. Now, the promo with Jay and LA Knight kind of was like, I don't want to see those two go at it. But now Jimmy's back in the picture. I was like, good, okay, because I don't want to see. We seen LA Knight and Jay when they was on SmackDown. I don't want to see that match again. If they was going to keep Jay by himself, let Jay keep going after the Vengeance because one, what they did to Roman. Two, they have your heavyweight title, not Gunther, because we know Gunther's injured, Gunther's hurt, Gunther's off his picture. So that's what I would want them to see to do. But this promo for me was a decent promo. I liked it, Becky. Like Greg said, we had a lot of teasers there, a lot of clues there. If you go back and look at it and pick those moments apart, it made me feel like, and I know Nessa said it earlier, AJ Lee has to show up on SmackDown. That's how I was feeling. I was like, it's got to be. Because if it's not with the crowd, with us in the crowd, because, okay, I do include us as IWC people, are we going to get upset if AJ Lee doesn't come? We know she's coming, but are we going to say, hey, we need it now so we can know, okay, this match is going to happen? Because I think people are going to want it to happen more on Palooza than they want it to happen on Survivor Series. Because I think Survivor Series first, and then the Crown Jewel is next after that. Am I correct? Or is
I
it
think
Crown Jewel
so.
then?
Yes.
I think it's WrestlePalooza, then it's Crown Jewel.
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
Okay,
you
well
have
then they might do save it then if they're gonna do Crown Jewel because they love them big matches in Crown Jewel too. Oh, go ahead, Greg. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you have to keep in mind that this is ESPN's first pay-per-view, PLE for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna want like a big splash. They're gonna want everybody to tune in. They're gonna want everybody to be like, okay, what is this ESPN ever gonna bring us? And so I do think, like I said, if AJ Lee doesn't show up on SmackDown, she's gonna show up at WrestlePalooza because, like I said, this is a big splash for ESPN, and they're gonna want the numbers. So, yeah, it's just if I'll repeat it again. If AJ Lee doesn't show up on SmackDown, she'll show up at WrestlePalooza, and so you have to keep in mind about that too. And it's ESPN, so you never know.
Yeah. This is the first. Well, we'll say that. Well, I guess we're gonna call this the ESPN era. We went through so many eras at one time. It's like Jesus Christ. Yeah, I do agree with you on that, Greg, because something big has to happen. Final Boss predicting that Brock Lesnar is going to debut. So I guess she got Brock Lesnar and John Cena facing each other. We already figured that because Reggie was one when we was talking backstage was saying that before Logan knocked out John, Nick Otis was telling John Cena he's about to get ready to tell him something about Brock, but we still haven't found out what was the message. Because when did the PLE, and we still don't know what's going on with Fresser when we get to the PLE. So our next topic that I think you guys wanted to definitely talk about, and that's Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are both out indefinitely. I'm gonna go first on this, guys, and I know this is one of my wild fantasy bookings. I know me and Fireballs hasn't done one of those episodes in quite some time. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I would not be surprised if Roman Paul come back again. This is me in my feelings, guys. Y'all have to excuse me. Y'all know how much I love Roman and Paul when they was together. But I'm gonna go to you guys and see what you guys think. Do you think these guys are gonna get back together, or you think that when Paul comes back, he's gonna go back to the Vision and Roman's gonna still be by himself? I'm gonna go to you first, Reggie, because I know you said you wanted to talk about this Roman Reigns the most, and then we'll go to Greg.
I'm upset about what happened. I don't disrespect my tribal chief. Triple H, I'm on your head for this. But hey, yeah, I think what's gonna happen is when Roman comes back, he's gonna be by himself, which turns into
Mm-hmm.
what Jay said. You're gonna need help to where it won't be me, it will be Jimmy and
And Jacob,
yeah,
because we ain't
Jacob.
seen Jacob in quite some time too. They've been
To
keeping
where
Jacob off of TV for quite some
to
time
where
too.
they go back to that one promo to where Roman ends up hiding out. Everybody's waiting for Roman to come back, but he doesn't come back immediately. You have Seth and you have the Vision in the ring cutting a promo to where the lights go out. You hear Roman's music when the lights come back on, to where Roman walks down the ramp. He stands there right in the entrance ramp and says, "Now you have messed up." To where he snaps his fingers to where you end up seeing Jimmy, Jacob, and the debut of whoever he wants to bring in.
Yeah, I just think that they can do an angle with this because remember, and you said this when we was backstage, Reggie. It was like every time Paul Heyman gets beat up, he always betrays you. It happened with Brock. It happened with Roman. It happened with somebody. It happened with a lot of people. So it seems like every time he get beat up, he finna go to somebody new. Now we could get this final with Breaker final against with Paul and Breaker turns on Seth, but you know how that go. But Greg, what you think about this whole Roman and Paul? Do you think they're gonna play this as an angle, or they just going Roman gonna stay by himself and Paul go back to the Vision? What's your thoughts, Greg?
Okay, my thoughts on Roman and Paul. With them
Mm-hmm.
both being out indefinitely, it kind of does raise some eyebrows. And I'm gonna go back to the last pay per view, Clash. When Roman and Paul was in the ring, you kind of got that same feeling about like 5 years ago, and then you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, unfortunately, uh, one of LeBron's, as yeah, one of LeBron's attacked Roman, and speared him to speared him. So I do think they will eventually get back together, but it'll be because Seth and Becky. Yes, I said Seth and Becky because I do think that's their group now. But Seth will
Well, she is.
eventually.
I mean, you got to be right now. I hope she
Yeah,
in.
yeah. Seth and Seth will eventually tell either Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed to kick out um Paul, and then Paul will eventually go back to Roman So basically, it'll be like an angle, but it'll be like a save angle. Roman will save Paul, and then that's how they get back together. Now, if that doesn't happen, um, I'm gonna have to agree with Reggie. He does go with Brian Breaker because and becomes Brian Breaker's manager
Mm-hmm.
because like Reggie keeps saying, because um, we talked about this backstage. Reggie said himself, Brian Breaker is the next big thing, and
Mm-hmm.
before Brian Breaker, there was a Brock Lesnar. So
Mm-hmm.
if he doesn't go with Roman, I do see him going with Brian Breaker, but Brian Breaker would have to break off from Seth in order for
Mm-hmm.
that to happen. So
Yeah, yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
things can
I, I
happen within the
I agree
story,
with that
and
too.
yeah. So those are just my thoughts.
No, no, I agree with that with you and Reggie on that because we can't forget that breakers like that talent that a lot of you hear a lot of legends say that breakers that guy because we can't forget who breaker's uncle and dad is. Come on, the Steiners. That when I was talking about tag teams, come on, that's a great tag team there. So he has talent runs in his blood. Um, I see. Well, I can see them going around. It popped in my head too, where they could go breaker because, like I say, every time Paul gets back, you might well get ready. Something happen. It won't happen. I ain't saying it's gonna happen right when he come back, but we'll get something like on the months come down where he's gonna turn, and then you get some kind of angle because we see what happened when Solo and them attacked him. He came back with Punk to get help Roman out for the War Games match. So they could play this as an angle, and we'll see where it goes, where we'll go with those two. Let's go ahead and get into our next topic. Dominik Mysterio. I know this is your guy, Reggie. And, I mean Greg and Reggie. He does not like Dominik. Him and Reggie and Greg always fighting somebody. It's so funny to me. But at AA, he's supposed to be going for the AA Mega Champion. We know he's still the IC champion. Yes, Reggie, he did beat AJ Styles, and we will talk about American Grande here in a minute because that's how we'll segue to that topic. But I feel like they have to because this is the second time. If if Dominic loses this match, there's no point in him going for the title again. Just let him, whatever the feud you're gonna do. It seems like they're not even gonna do the feud with him and Finn. It seems like they kind of like cooled it down for a minute. Maybe that's by design because they're not ready to break them up yet. But if you're not gonna have him win this title, then don't let him go for it again. That's just my thoughts on it. I feel like he should win it because I would like to see him double champion. That will give that AA champion a little more show. We see what Dominic did with the North American Championship. You know, I can't. I think who's the North American? Oh well, Ethan Page. Well, he's doing pretty good. Out of Ethan Page, I can't say who was the last one because I can't even remember because Ethan Page is doing pretty good. But I only person I ever seen someone do really good and took a title up to the main roster was Dominic. Now remember they did the angle with Solo where they kind of stripped him, and I was like, man, they should not did that. I don't feel like that damaged Solo when they took the North American Championship with him, but it kind of took a little something from him, even though Solo is pretty good at where he at now. But I feel like Dominic is going to become double champion. He has to. If not, there's no point of him going for this title again. I'm going to go to Greg because I know this is your boy Greg. I know, and then we'll go to Reggie. But do you feel like Dominic Mysterio is going to become double champion, the IC champion, the Mega AA champion?
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, yes, I really do. I do think Dom will become a double champion. I do think he'll hold both titles. and he'll have a tremendous run because what Dominik has been able to do with the IC title. Yes, he's had help from El Grande Americano, which everybody know I don't like him, but I guess it is what it is. But as far as Dominik holding both titles, yes, that's going to happen. I do think he'll. I do think he will spend some time in AAA just to put over the talent that's down there. Um, and I do think he'll end up wearing his mask, even though I don't want him to, because he's good without it. But it's a part of his culture, so I do see him wearing the mask, and I do see him carrying on the legacy of Eddie Guerrero and the Mysterio family, and I do see him becoming a double champion. So when that happens, you know, everybody just everybody better celebrate because it's gonna happen.
Well, well, with the mask thing, he's been coming. I like him coming out with the mask and taking it off. I know Andrade used to do it. I think he still does it. Well, his mask is kind of different. It's kind of like a little helmet thingy. But I like the way where he comes out and takes off the mask and wrestle without it. I feel like he needs to keep doing that because he seems like to me he's representing both Eddie and Ray. It's a nice touch because we always know how Eddie and Ray was close together. So I feel like he's going to keep doing that. Um, I feel like also what you said was like, um, him spending time in AA. I really think if they're going to do it, if they're going to do it, they need to have him on both. If you have him spend time down to AA, it's going to probably take some story out of Judgment Day because I feel like Dominic still has quite a bit of story there when it comes to certain things. We can't forget about the American Grande stuff, so there's still something there. If you take him off of TV, yeah, we're gonna know why he's off of TV, but also it's gonna be kind of a thing where we're gonna be like, man, we need him back. So I don't know. It's kind of I see what you're saying, but it's kind of I'm up in the air with it. Reggie, your thoughts about Dominic becoming double champion, and then we're going to go segue to the American Day topic of him helping on Dominic. Reggie, what's your thoughts? You think Dominic's going to become double champion, or he's going to just keep that IC champion?
I'ma say no for right now because I believe that they're gonna keep this AJ Styles story going on to where AJ Styles is gonna get his former group, his Too Sweet group back together to where that's how he's gonna end up winning that title. Dominic goes down to AA to bring that title up to WWE to give them more push into WWE to show that hey, we are here to stay and we are more than a second brand company that has come into WWE to where he can
Yeah,
issue in a new era into AA.
I can see them doing that because I know last time when Dominic lost, that crowd was booing the heck out of the champion. They do not like that guy there. So, um, they like I say, they got they got to put the title on Dominic. Everyone seen the viral video when he first was going down that challenge. The pop was crazy. Shouts out to Francis, our boy. He was like, man, when did Dominic become the Beatles? Because it was like a crazy pop when he came out. It was. I was like, man, they got to slap this title on this man sometime soon. If not, then it's a waste. We got a comment from Lena Dow. I know she was talking about the last topic we was talking about when it came to Roman Reigns. She said Roman will get his bloodline with Jay Jacob again, and they will probably do a War Games version. So I guess she's saying at San Diego's is going to be Jimmy J and Jacob. Let's see, Roman, the Usos, and Jacob. They're going to need one more person. Lena, who will be the last guy? It's 5-on-5, so give me the last guy. Dominic as a double champion. Uh, ooh, he will get unmatched. Is unmatched, giving him two belts. I feel like I feel like well, and this is the thing, cause it's easy for Dominik to become a face again, cause Paul Triple H proved it. We all seen what was that what PLE it was when they was it Mania when he first won the IC championship and then had
Yeah,
came back down to the
it was
ring.
Mania. It was
Yeah, okay, it's a
Mania.
Mania. Okay, I
Because
thought it
I
was.
think it was Mania, but it might have been.
when he won, they started booing at first, and then when he
Yeah,
walked away, they started
but
cheering. And he was
yeah,
like,
he
"Wait,
came
what
back.
the
Yeah,
heck?"
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And they told him
it
to run
was
back.
Mania.
Okay,
I thought it was
okay. I thought it
SummerSlam, but
was.
it was Mania.
Yeah, yeah. For some reason, I was thinking, why I was thinking I was thinking something that too, Greg. I was like, why am I thinking SummerSlam in my mind?
Because
But it
in
was
WWE,
Mania.
because in WWE Unreal, they showed it to where
Yeah,
Triple H
yeah,
told him,
yeah,
"Hey, go back down
yeah,
there. They cheering you."
yeah,
He was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Wait,
yeah.
what the?"
Yeah. It was weird, and that was me. We
Mm-hmm.
was talking about it before all this happened. Me, you, and Greg. We was saying like, "Hey, they got turned dominant face." It was
I
like
don't want
he
them
was
to,
still,
but I see it.
he was still, and this was Liv when Liv was there. They was still cheering him and booing Liv, and I was like, man, this is not. But
I
Dominic's
didn't
so
get.
good as a heel that he still got that heat back. So give it up for him. What you saying, Greg?
I was saying I didn't get that because they're an on-screen couple. So if you boo the other, you have to
Mm-hmm.
boo
They
Yeah,
was booing
that
the
person
crap
too.
out of Liv.
but it was like, but see, I think the thing was people were so happy he won the IC title because,
Mm-hmm.
and like Reggie was saying, even on Real, we did not know because nobody suspected. We all seen in the back. Everybody was like, "Okay, he's getting cheered," and they was telling him to go back out there. And that next day, we all seen they were still cheering him. Cause and I was like, man, I was telling y'all back then, I was like, they gotta turn dominant face, man. Cause it was like that whole week. It took him time to get that heat back now. Cause it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
like boom. He tried and they still was saying, I was like, oh, I was a little worried that he was never gonna get back that heat. Cause I was like, man, this crowd really liking Dominic. But he's so good at what he doing. That tells the testament of the period of time he's been there and the things he
Mm-hmm.
learned that he still know how to get over as a heel. So thank God he did get that heat back on him.
Yeah, he's been in.
I think they're gonna turn him as a tweener. If they don't turn him fully heel
Yeah,
again, he'll be a
I can
tweener.
see. Yeah, I can see them
I,
doing that because
I,
Eddie was sort of like that. I can see them doing that.
I see him being a heel though. If they don't turn him face or a tweener, I see him being a heel because it comes naturally to him,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I
you know,
agree.
so I just see them doing that. But it depends. With WWE today, especially with Triple H's booking, you never know. You
Yeah, yeah. We
know,
never know. We be thinking one thing and a whole nother. We seen because if you would have told me Naomi was gonna catch in for the Raw title, I would have looked at you crazy.
I told you
Oh,
that, sir. I told you it was
I,
going to happen.
but the story for
he
me,
did say that though. I really
I was
didn't believe it.
always I knew you said it, but my mind was like, even though the Jade thing happened, I thought they was gonna maybe do something where Jade was gonna win the title, and maybe Bianca was gonna go after Jade, and him was gonna cash in. She was gonna do it when they both face each other. Cause I felt like that would have maybe heat up the story for me. But like Greg say, we don't know. Like we're saying now with this dominant thing, and this is me. If Triple H doesn't put this second title on Dominic, there's no point of putting it on him. I'm just being honest. Not saying that Dominic's not great. It's just I feel like he won't have that same reaction when he wins it because we all seen
Hmm.
when he didn't win it the first time. The crowd was that booing Dominic. They was booing the guy who won the match. It was
Right.
crazy. I was like, I've never seen nothing like it before.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: If Triple H doesn't put the Triple A title on Dominik, do you think it's a missed opportunity, or do you think they still have time to put the title on him?
Well, yes, I feel like it's a missed opportunity. Unless, like Reggie said, you're still doing something with AJ. But I feel like the thing about this is, okay, where are we going with this AJ story? Because I'm not saying it's not getting dull. It just seems like you did that last time. You do it again, I think people are going to start saying, man, this is bad booking. I know sometimes we throw that word around loosely now because sometimes it's just that's the way we explain when we don't get the story. But you got to make it make sense. Are you going to do a triple threat match? Because you can't do AJ and Dominik again. You got to do something. You got to add somebody in there. Maybe probably throw a Finn in there to just make us say, "Oh, what are they going to do now?" Or I don't know who else is going for the title, but Finn and AJ.
I
There's no
think it's
one
gonna
else
be
going for the
faction versus faction because you see, Dominic is over there using Grande Americano
title. Mm-hmm.
to lure other people out for his faction. But I believe AJ's behind the scenes getting his two sweet faction back together, which is gonna draw Finn to his side.
Mm. Let's go. Let's go to our next topic because that's gonna segue to our next topic. Um, do we think American Grande is joining Judgment Day? I'm gonna start with you, Reggie, because I know you said you thought that was gonna happen, and then I'll go to Greg.
See, the thing, I don't see him as joining the faction. I see him as building a new faction for Dominic when Judgment Day breaks off.
Mm. So you think with all this stuff that's going on with Dominant, it's just leading on to a two different teams right
It's
now.
leading to a bigger break off to where they're using AJ as a bigger part in that break off to where Finn is gonna be the major piece in the puzzle to finally break everything off.
Because I think because we can't forget about the other two Grandes. I don't know why it's at three now. Um, they could probably do that and probably put Dominic with those two. But see, and I think Greg had asked us this a while back. What are they gonna do with Chad Gable when he comes back? And I was like, that's a great question. Maybe Chad can play. Will say, hey, y'all kept saying it was me. It ain't me. Look, I'm here and he's here. We're both here, and they do an angle like that, and maybe that's how they turn on Dominic, and then they join Chad. But I feel like that's gonna be because Chad ain't gonna be gone too long. We probably know he'll be probably back next year. But they'll have to get that group together quick to do an
This is
angle
what
like
Chad
that.
gonna do. When Chad gets clear, he's gonna post it. They're gonna tell him post a video on your social medias saying, "Hey, it was never me.
Yeah,
I'm over
yeah,
here
I can
with
see
my
them doing
group."
that. Yeah, yeah, I can see them doing that. I can see them doing that. Greg, do you think that and I know you just said you don't like American Grande, but you think that he joined the Judgment Day because he did help Dominic retain the title, and Dominic has been talking to him a lot of different times where Finn said, "Hey, what's going on? What you doing?" And he has actually not been telling Finn what's going on. Do you think that Dominic has secretly recruited American Grande to the team to Judgment Day?
Yes and no. I'm gonna give my reason no first because
Good.
again, um, it's the Judgment Day. Everybody knows Finn's the leader, right? Finn does not like what Dominic has been doing, but if you go back in the Judgment Day archives, um, there was a couple of posts that Dominic had put up where he said, "I made this." So it's basically saying Dominic was basically giving us a hint about this a couple months back. Now, do I think El
Mm.
Grande Americano joins Judgment Day? No, um, because I think he joins Chad Gable when he comes back. Now, which El Grande Americano will join? Dominik? I don't know, but like I said, I do think because, like you said, Miami, like you just said, Chad Gable does not. He's not coming back for another year. So what
Yeah,
they
he
could,
probably out
so
for a while.
yeah, so what they could do is they could have they could have El Grande Americano help Dominik just until Chad Gable comes back, because I do think Chad Gable is going to resume his stable. It's just going to be him and the El Grande Americanos. Now, Dominik will have his own faction. You know, he is going to break off from the Judgment Day. And unfortunately, um, like Reggie keeps saying, he's gonna break off from Liv, which I really don't want that. But if it happens, it happens. But hey, um, I do think El Grande Americano does go his own way after this, and I do think he's just helping Dominik retain the title until Chad Gable comes back. But who knows?
Yeah, I feel like, well, cause I feel like what, and I see what kind of both of y'all ways of what y'all saying, cause Dominik has been kind of like every time Finn pulls up, you see him in um I'm about to say Chad Gable, American a Grande together, and Finn is always asking him, hey, like what's going on, and Dominic's not really telling him, and I kind of see where Reggie's thinking like, okay, they might be doing a group here, then you like Reggie said, you still got AJ. We know AJ and Finn have history. They could probably team up. But my thing is this: if you team those guys up, do we keep Roxanne and Raquel with um with Finn, or do they go with Dominic? See,
No,
that's the
no,
thing too.
no, because you gotta look at it this way. Yes, Finn brought Roxanne to the group. Yes, Liv Morgan did bring Raquel into the group, but
Hmm.
ultimately, I think they go with Dominik, because if he's gonna start his own group, right? Um, they could easily go with Dominik. You know, they could just break off and do their own thing, because I do think female groups is coming back, and I do think Roxanne will have her own female group, and I think the first person of that group will be Raquel. Now, do do does do they turn on Finn? Yes, because then they'll go with Dominik, because you gotta think about it. If Judgment Day is gonna break off into like two groups or whatever, um, Finn has got to have somebody, and Dominik has got to have somebody. I say Dominik takes the girls, and Finn takes JD, and him and JD go off and they build their group, and then Dominik, Roxanne, and Raquel go off and build their group. So that's just how it's gonna be for me, and that's just how I see it. But who knows?
Yeah, we don't know. We'll see. Here in a minute. Let's go to Valkyria. She's supposed to be returning on Monday, next Monday. They did an angle with speaking of Ryan and Raquel, where she was like she wanted to face one of them. I noticed lately, guys, that Roxanne. I think the last 3 weeks, I could be wrong, could be 2 weeks, where Roxanne has took the pin. But Valkyria's by herself. You got Roxanne and Raquel together. So even if Valkyria was going into this match by herself, she might most likely going to lose. Do you think that? And I know you just said this, Greg. Do you think that Becky will? I mean, not Becky, but Bailey will be starting a female group, and she will try to recruit Valkyria on her team, or you think that this is they just gonna be Roxanne and Raquel are going to just be, beating up Valkyria no matter what. No one's going to come out to save her. What you think? How they're going to start booking her now? She's going to be coming back soon.
Um, I think they're gonna book Lyra Valkyria as kind of a tweener, which she'll balance between heel and face, because you have to remember, as long as Becky Lynch holds the Intercontinental title, she can't go for that title. So if you have Bayley come back, that opens the door for Valkyria to win the title back. And I think she's going to do that as a tweener. And I think she'll balance between heel and a babyface. She'll show heel tactics, but she'll keep her babyface. Now, as far as Raquel and Roxanne, I do think that plays a part into the Judgment Day, because their saying is, if you listen to Finn, you'll win. If you listen to Finn, you'll win. Well, Finn has been telling him, oh, do this, do this. I think the losses for Roxanne will pile up, and she will get frustrated. And she'll say, I didn't come into this group just to lose. You didn't bring me into this group just to lose. And that'll cause friction between Roxanne and Finn. And I think Raquel will be the anchor for Roxanne going into um, going into the match with Valkyria. But yeah, that's just my thoughts, and that's what I think. Hello?
Yeah. I do. Yeah, I do agree with you on that. I feel like they could do something with her on that. We'll have to see. Hold on, let's do a quick. What y'all see your girl, man? I know y'all on here with me. I'm gonna put it up here for everybody, man. Your girl, your girl said, man. Let me see. Can we get it up here? Let me see. Should we add it? Shit. Let's see. Can we add that to that? There we go. She said, basically, your girl said, man, she gonna crash out if y'all done AJ Lee return. She said she gonna crash out in this app, man. So that was one of the people. So Naomi, if you here listening to us, how you doing? We doing now. Please do not tell us to proceed with caution. But see, I told y'all that'll be a match that we'll probably see when it comes to these two. What you guys think about this tweet? And we'll get to our last topic before we get up out of here. But Naomi and AJ Styles, guys, y'all. You see, Naomi already said she's gonna crash out when she in there. You see why I gotta see why she gonna crash out, and I think that will pertain to something. But I'm gonna get y'all thoughts, and I'm gonna give my thoughts about why she said that. But I'm gonna go to you first, Reggie. And that Naomi just tweeted that like a couple minutes ago. What you tell us about Naomi's tweet that we just showed here on Talking?
I'ma just say this. Mrs. Fatu, when I say this, please do not tell me proceed with caution. But if you
we gotta make sure we say that part because that's a pregnant
Tread
woman.
lightly, man. Tread lightly.
if you do come back, if you do come back before you get that match, I'ma need you to give AJ Lee a call to make sure everybody proceeds with caution on your behalf. Because one thing about both of y'all both go crazy. So
Exactly. Hey man, you talking about a 5-star match? I think them two will have a good match together. Greg, what's your thoughts about the Naomi tweet that we just shared here on Talking about? First time we ever did something like that, because I seen that, I was like, man, this is crazy. What you think about Naomi's tweet of how she said she will react I hope she said crashing out in the good way, but we know there ain't no good way when she said crashing out because that woman got a full
Miami.
Samoan in her belly now. So
Now you know that's Mrs. Fatu over there.
I know, and she got a Samoan now in her stomach. So I'm trying to be positive, but I'm
You
like,
saw what
nah.
she did. You saw what she did on Monday Night Raw, but she had to give up the title. She told that
Yeah.
man to literally. She did a whole Ronda Rousey mode. She told that man, get up out of here before you get hurt.
Grant, what's your thoughts about the Naomi tweet that we just shared? Here, we'll get to our last topic for the night. Oh,
Can you hear
man.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
My Naomi,
Uh-oh.
can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you. The Y6 don't got you no more. Go ahead.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
There you go. Now,
But
yeah, go back. Yeah, you there now.
okay, so my thoughts on the Naomi promo. I think that was a warning shot. You know, it will be great to see uh, Naomi and AJ Lee, but it'll be a changing of the guard. And I do think it's like it was funny to see because it's like, oh, since I'm gone, you want to show up now. So it's like I do think if she does come back, they will set up a match between her and AJ, and I think it'll be great. And I think it'll do amazing numbers for WWE.
Yeah. Hey, shouts out to you, Naomi, if you are watching, because we did bring up you and AJ Lee match. If you are, we we will proceed with caution on Naomi.
Tread lightly, man.
Liz,
Tread lightly.
hey, she got that's a pretty woman. So hey, I'm trading lightly. Shouts out to Lynn. She made a great point just now, and I did forget about this. When she was like, Roxanne took the NXT title from back here, Lyra. Lyra did beat Roxanne on Raw, so that's payback. So that is true. Maybe that's the reason why there are history there. They love playing on the history of the two people who are facing each other. So, but I just feel like now Roxanne has an um Raquel now, and we all know that Kevin Nash came out and said what all he's been doing for Roxanne that um I feel like that's why she will probably have the upper hand, unless they're going to do something with Bailey. Because did we see a Bailey promo this past Monday, guys? Do y'all remember? I don't remember a Bailey promo this
I
time.
don't remember, but
I don't remember this time.
I think if that match does happen with Lyra Valkyria and one of Roxanne or Raquel, I think
Mm-hmm.
Bailey is gonna be the one to cause Lyra Valkyria the match because she gone full blown crazy.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
talking to herself. I don't know which Bailey we finna get. I don't know.
yeah. Lila said, yeah. Naomi teasing caution, chaos. Man, look. I know Lena because look, she already telling her. When they okay, this is my thing too, y'all. They who the world put that picture up with AJ Lee with that title? Y'all know Naomi said whoever had that title, they about to proceed with cause I'm coming straight for her. She gonna probably come in like how Roman came back when he was a Chava Chief, man. I feel like she just gonna come in. She don't care if it's you got some wild sits going on, you probably the biggest mojo on the block. She gonna come in and be like, nope, I'm signing the contract and I'm finna get my title back. I feel like she gonna be full blown going ham, man.
Okay, a
It's
year and
gonna
a
be crazy,
half,
but
a year and a
we'll
half.
have to
If she
see.
does come back, a year and a half. If she does come back, and she does pull a Roman Reigns with different music, and we see a different
Mm-hmm.
Tron that says Mrs. Fought too. Yeah, nope. Everybody better run.
Go hide.
Hey
Go
man,
hide. That's my thing. Go hide.
now I ain't
Just
gonna
that.
lie, I do I like the music when she came out with her dad. I felt like she was on top of the world. Um, Naomi really was at the top of her game. Like I said, I know I ain't saying that. I'm saying she got pregnant because I mean that's what she been trying to do. But man, I just hope when she come back, she can be right back where she was at because it's so much she had still left with, especially the character. I feel like they could have still had more when it came to it with her story. So we'll have to see. I don't know if you guys knew about this. And this is our last topic for tonight. This past Clash in France, and I'm surprised Reggie didn't know this because this is one of his favorite artists, Taylor Swift. WWE broke one of Taylor Swift's record final Reggie this this past week at Clash broke the record of most attendance at that stadium they was at. What you guys think about that? Is that a great accomplishment? I'll let you go first, Reggie, then you, Greg.
See, now that they have done that, it shows you that the content that they're putting out is exceeding levels that should be exceeding levels. They are one of the top wrestling companies there is right now. So I need to be putting on top tier storylines to continue breaking more
Mm-hmm.
records. This is just the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, and now that you're on ESPN, you're going to have to show more elevation. Like Roman Reigns said
Yeah.
when he did that interview, you're going to have to elevate the company more while he's not
Mm-hmm.
here, which means you have to
Mm-hmm.
put in new stars with new different type of promos, new different type of moves sets, like bringing in more eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, I do agree with that. Like that, I feel like I'm just hoping that the ESPN it's been pretty decent. We've been getting some good content leading up to ESPN. Yes, the PLE was, and I told y'all, I said I don't think that was by design. I think they didn't want to do too. It wasn't bad, and it was too good. I think they did that because they didn't want Peacock to be like, hey, y'all did good. We can negotiate a contract and come back, and they didn't want to give them a good comeback with maybe a contract or whatever. Greg, you got any thoughts about WWE breaking Taylor Swift's record, which was held for quite some time? I think it was like 2-3 years, if I'm not mistaken. Taylor Swift had this record, but WWE has broken this Saturday. Your thoughts? You got any thoughts on that, Greg?
Okay, so my thoughts about them breaking Taylor Swift's record. For this to be Peacock's last WWE pay-per-view, I'm not going to say this was expected, but with a card like this, and of course you have Roman Reigns opening the PLE, it was good. It was good. It was a good send off, and I think them breaking Taylor Swift's record was just like a sneak peek of what they're gonna do at ESPN, and like Reggie said, when you go to ESPN and stuff, because everybody knows ESPN is like a nationwide thing in sports, and it's like the home of sports. So when WWE goes to ESPN, they're gonna have to elevate they're going to have to elevate the company even more. You know, at this point, you can't rely on, I would say, like the stuff you did previous, the stuff you did on Peacock and stuff like that. You can't rely on that because this is a different ball game. This is ESPN. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they have to bring their A game, And if they bring
Yeah.
their A game, they're gonna knock the ball right out of the park. So it's like ESPN, Peacock. Peacock got their send off. Now it's just time to step up to the bat and bring ESPN that trophy that they've had that they've had for a couple of years now, especially with this especially with them being under TKO. I think ESPN will do good for them. So that's those are my thoughts, and that's what I think about it. So it was good, but it's just ESPN,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they
It
got to bring
was.
it.
It was. It was a decent PLE. Like I said, we did our live on X. It was decent. Like it wasn't too bad. And it wasn't too good. So It was in between, but like we said, we already know why they did it like that. So we'll see what they're going to bring when it comes to ESPN. That first show is going to knock out park, and I'm not mistaken if and you guys said the next PLE after that will be not Saudi, but it'll be Australia match where they'll be doing the crown jewel, and this will be in Australia. I still don't know what time that PLE is. If it's 4 o'clock, we will not be doing it live. If it's at
If it's
7,
4 o'clock,
I'm
I'm gonna
not
be in
doing.
my
I'm not
bed
doing that again.
sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Look,
be in the bed.
if it's four
I
if it's
love
4 a.m. in the
y'all.
morning, I am not. I'm not waking up like
Yeah,
last time
I,
and watching that
yeah.
PLE.
I
No,
can't.
thank you.
I gotta catch it. Yeah, I gotta catch it later. I hope to God. I'm hoping it is at 7. If it's at 7 a.m., we will do a DWE live on X. But if it's 4 in the morning, we're good. We're pretty sure somebody probably at CCN will probably do one. Who knows? If they are their champions, I'll salute to you, whoever the soldiers that will be going out there doing that. Good fight for that, because I cannot do that again when it comes to
Salute
4
to
o'clock.
you.
Yeah, for
I'm not
real.
waking up at that time again.
No, that had me tired. So I'm good. We would like to bring y'all, provide y'all good content. Thank you guys. Reggie and Greg for stepping in for Final Ball. She's a little sick, under the weather. If she's not better by Saturday, we're doing a second Talk It Up. This is Talk It Up episode 13. Episode 14 will be this Saturday. I will be probably by myself where I'll be discussing some SmackDown. So thanks to our two directors, Director Reggie and Greg, who are a part of the DWE family from the start to all the way now, for stepping in for Final Boss Lady. Thanks to Lena, thanks to John, thanks to Lou, who was in the comments. Um, Final Boss Baby, Aries, always people who come to the comments and always say hi in the comments. Of course, we were saying hi earlier in the comments, so do not mind us in the comments. We were saying hi. If you go back on the up on the top, if you see that there, Lena's always coming by, stopping by. Shouts out to her. Greg was not in the comments today because he was the guest on the show. I surprised them. They did not know themselves. They thought they was going to be the best. No, got you guys. I got the two tag teams up here. Yes, they are our DWE tag teams. I call them the Jimmy and Jay for our DWE because they got my back. I got their back. So thank you guys for joining us. Reggie and Greg, do y'all want to give out y'all social media before I give out our social media? Go ahead, Reggie, and I'll go to you, Greg.
Hold on, come back to me real quick. I gotta do
Okay,
something real quick.
okay. Okay. Go ahead, Greg. Give out your if you want to give out your social media. And if Reggie's not, I'll start giving out mine.
Okay. You can follow me. My personal page is the World of Greg, and then my character page is uh at the Wise Man for Miami, and you could follow me on that. And then I have an Instagram, uh, the World of Greg, like my personal page, and make sure you follow the Island page. Make sure you follow Miami, and make sure you follow uh, DWE Rage. Thank you for having me on the show. It's great to be here, and hopefully I can do it again.
Reggie, he said your handle for you. So I think Reggie probably still over there
Hold on.
busy.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Reggie. Go
Yeah,
ahead and get
yeah,
your shots out.
yeah. I can follow my Instagram at Real Original Official. My Twitter, my personal
Ta-ta.
Twitter, my personal
People still
Twitter is
got Twitter.
well, X now.
Yeah, I'm starting to back call it X now. I think
Eh,
we'll
eh, eh,
I think we won't call it Twitter no more.
my
I think it's not on kicked in now.
my
Congratulations,
my
Eli. You got it.
my personal X at Reg Official _. My DWE one is Director Reg. And I'll turn it over to the greatest host of all time,
Oh,
Miami
greatest
the
host of
Great.
all time. I'm
Oh,
trying to be
go
the greatest
ahead,
host.
Miami. Take it
I don't
away.
try to be the greatest host of all time. I just try to be a good host of all time. You guys, thank you guys. Y'all know Reggie Greg has came on the show. So shouts out to 130 eight people today who came out to our thing. We had a little thing where for some reason we're going to go live on X. We was live on YouTube for quite a time. So if you guys want to see that, me fighting X, you can catch that at the beginning. Me over there being silly and introducing Reggie and Greg. Shouts out to Final Boss Baby. If you want to go follow her and tell her to get well soon, her link is down there at the bottom. It's the Final Boss Baby with 2 BBYs, CFO. Please give her a follow. Say get well soon. Hope to see you Saturday. If not, you will see your boy Miami the Great. I will be going over some SmackDown stuff. If some other news comes out before SmackDown, I will be discussing that too. I'm pretty sure Reggie and Greg will probably be in the comments. So if you see them on YouTube or on X side, please give those guys a follow. Please give me a follow. That's Miami the Great 645. Also, you can give the Island a follow. That's the Island of DWE. And also Talk It Up. That's Talking Up Wrestling. You can go on YouTube, type in Talking Up Wrestling. We'll see you guys Saturday and also next week. We'll probably every now and then do 2 shows. You never know who you will see next on Talk It Up because I know I came out and did not announce this, but I want to surprise the 2 guys who always been helping us out and putting in that work for DWE, who's always been behind the scenes. That's Reggie and Greg. Thank you guys for stepping in. Final Boss Baby. We're going to be out of here, guys. We catch you guys later. Thank you, guys. 136 people. Peace out.